Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. Today is October 2nd, 2014. My name is Rex Harris, and as always, it's an honor and a privilege to spend some time with you guys today. One of the things that we're going to be continuing to focus on here, just because of the fact that we're seeing how big a problem it is for a lot of people. We're going to start talking about traffic, and I want to show you guys today a simple strategy for those of you that are building lists that you can use to start getting better results in the social media. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on screen sharing here, and we're going to be doing some notes today. So here we go. How to leverage your list to go viral in the social media. All right, so let me blow that up a little bit bigger so you can see it. That should be big enough. Okay, so I'm going to break this down into bare bones basics today, so you guys can hopefully start wrapping your brain around some traffic generating strategies. We actually have 3 people right now intently studying and learning the retargeting strategies, and we're going to start sharing those with you very soon. So it's going to be important that you're going to be, or it's be important to be set up and ready when the time comes to integrate that. But the simplest form of traffic is traffic that comes through. Can you guys hear me all right? Hold on just a minute. Just make sure you guys can hear me. Can somebody just post a note here real quick? Make sure you guys can hear me okay. Hello, hello, hello. Anybody? Just let me know if you guys can hear me. Just need to make sure. Hello, hello. I got sound on the mic. All right, well, I'm just going to hope you guys can hear me. I'm going to keep going. So, start with this. Traffic happens when someone clicks a link that leads to a web page. Okay. Now that web page could be anything. It could be a blog, it could be a sales page, it could be a lead capture page. Obviously, for marketing purposes, you're going to want it to be a lead capture page. Okay. So if we consider that, okay, it's probably the simplest traffic resource that we can plug into right now is the lists we've already created. So knowing that, a great strategy for getting more content moving through the social media as you post it is to update your list each time you post a new blog or a new video in the social media or anything in the social media. Maybe you're using Tumblr or anywhere that you're posting content that is relative to your audience. Share it with your audience. And I see a lot of people, for whatever reason, don't do this, but yet it's interesting to me that even one of the top earners on the internet sent out an email this morning saying this exact same thing and doing the exact same thing by building up a new group on Facebook. So traffic happens when someone clicks a link that leads to a web page. Obviously, like I said, if we are working to build a list, we want that traffic to go to a lead capture page Hold on just a second. Turn that off so it's not distracting. Okay. Obviously, we want our traffic to go to a lead capture page when we're working to generate traffic to collect email addresses. But once we collect those email addresses, those are a very viable way for us to get traffic to our content in the social media and get the traffic from the social media based on not only the traffic coming from our list, but also their engagement in that content. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you today, in the world of online marketing and just the internet in general, you know, it used to be content was king. Boy, I tell you what, you could make a strong argument now for engagement is king, because if you do any research on Google or YouTube or even Pinterest and other top social sharing and social networking resources, you find that the listings that are reaching the front page of Google for certain keywords are coming from those sites, including Facebook, where there is a significant amount of engagement on a post. Not just likes, but people leaving comments, and even more importantly, having dialogue with people in your comment feed as people share and comment on your content. Basically, what I'm saying is that these search algorithms now, look at them as like big gossip monsters. Okay. Look at them as big gossip monsters. And they're scouring the internet looking for the best gossip that they can find. And they love the gossip that has all of the content and all the comments and the dialogue between the person that posted it and the likes and the sharing and all that stuff, because that's basically how it works. All right. And what I'm telling you today is that you can leverage your list to make that happen. Okay. So we're going to look at some key points here today when it comes to sharing content with your list. Obviously, if you're building a list, you are, if you're doing it correctly, reaching a specific audience with an answer to a question or a solution to a problem. Those solutions can come in the form of a product for sale, a service for sale, or just value that you're sharing with your list. You can create good quality value content, post it on your blog, post it on YouTube, post it, you know, as a video in an IBO Toolbox press release, post it on Pinterest, post it wherever it is that you can find to post it, and then share the primary post on the blog with your list. And if you make a commitment to doing this multiple times per week, top bloggers blog once a day at least, you can create a presence online in a very short period of time, provided you're collecting email addresses every day. Otherwise, conversational marketing is the way to go. All right. I think probably one of the people right now that is demonstrating greater than anyone the power of what I'm sharing with you guys today is Michelle Grigsby. If you've not seen her blog and you've not seen what she's accomplishing through blogging in the social media, you need to take a very close look at that. And I would highly recommend that you also seriously consider the blogging service and the blogging setup that Donna and Michelle offer, because that's probably going to be the simplest way for you to get this set up and running now for those of you that want to utilize it. It's not that you have to have a blog to share content with your list, because you can just share a YouTube video or a press release on IBO Toolbox and get results like that. All right. But, you know, the whole concept of having a blog, and I love the way Perry Belcher used to teach it. And even though things have changed with SEO and blogging and so many things over the years, the same thing still applies. And what he used to do was liken his blog to his home, and liken the social media and the social media outlets like different parties that he participated in. And as he found people that he connected with and liked, and you know, there was rapport, he would invite those people to his home. And he used that same strategy or that same mindset when it came to blogging. You're at a party, you certain people you like, you bring them home, right? You're in the social media, certain people you have rapport with, connect them with your blog, all right? And people are going to connect with you through your blog or connect with you through your presence in the social media anyway. So long as you're consistently communicating with them that you're being active, and obviously imparting the message to them that what you're doing, that you're doing for them. That's something else that so many people miss when it comes to building a presence online. The easiest way for you to create an audience of people who know, like, and trust you is to be of service to them. All right. That's the Science of Getting Rich 101 by Wallace Wattles. All right. So traffic happens when someone clicks a link that leads to a web page. All right. So let's say I've created a blog post, target, you know, based on my target audience. My target audience is and continues to be internet marketers, network marketers, home business owners, et cetera, et cetera. Why? Because there's things that I have learned over the years that I can assist them with that's going to somehow, some way solve a problem for them. So if I'm targeting internet marketers, here's what I do. Okay. We'll just say target audience, internet marketers. All right. So this is provided I already have a list, and it doesn't matter how big the list is. I don't care if there's 5 people, 500, or 5,000 on your list. All right. Everything starts somewhere. A great plan of action for me on a daily basis would to be create content that matches the problems I've promised to solve when people subscribed to my list. And each time I post, I broadcast my list to let them know there's more information on how to solve their problem. Okay, in layman's terms, ladies and gentlemen, that's about as simple as I can make it. All right, that's how simple it is to get viral traffic in the social media. There's other creative ways you can do it too, but I take it back to this. All right, in order for you to start creating perpetual or viral traffic, you have to tell people about something. Somebody has to start that process. All right. And you're going to need to create content that's going to encourage people to share. Okay. Because the traffic here is what's going to start that snowball. effect. Okay. That's what's going to start that snowball effect. That's what's going to start that perpetual traffic flowing. All right. I actually have a graph that I created in one of our groups here that demonstrates this. Let me see. I think it's here. Hopefully this is big enough we'll be able to see it. Yeah, here we go. All right. This kind of gives you the walkthrough of how this works. All right. So it starts with my email marketing, perhaps buying traffic or leveraging, my experience in the social media to collect email addresses, because somehow, some way, all right, you're going to have to start with traffic in order to start collecting email addresses. People have to click links to reach lead capture pages. And in order for you to collect email addresses, have to put their email address in a box. Somehow, some way, that process has to start. And it's going to start through creating bare bones traffic when no one knows who you are and sharing it in the social media, or buying traffic. That's just the way it is. Traffic has to come from somewhere. But once that traffic starts, you can utilize the traffic that you're generating from whatever resources you're using to create more traffic for you. Okay, so like we said, we're targeting internet marketers just as a generic audience. All right. And we have content on YouTube or blog, traffic we've bought, maybe Facebook pay-per-click somewhere promoting an incentive. Okay, this is where our traffic starts, right? Well, then we start collecting email addresses and we begin that relationship building process with our subscribers. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to share videos, blogs, and content that goes back and continues that problem-solving process that they originally came to you for. Because that's why they're coming to you. All right. It doesn't matter what offer someone responds to. They respond to that offer because somehow, some way, they have been convinced to believe that what you're offering can solve their problem. And in many cases, if you stop and think about most lead capture pages, the problems that are being offered a solution to usually have something to do with lead generation, traffic, or money. Because if you think about the three basic needs of the people who are going to work online to create an income, those are what they need. The reason that they're there 99 times out of 100, ladies and gentlemen, is money. And it's kind of getting old listening to people, quite honestly, run their mouth about, oh, well, I'm not here for the money, I'm here for the people and stuff like that. You know what? Do us all a favor and just shut up. Straight up. Just do us all a favor and shut up. Because here's the truth, okay? Every person that goes into business is in business to make money. If you weren't, it would be called a charity. Okay? If you want to go out there and you want to work for free, then go out there and work for free. Work in a charity, fantastic. But what we do, ladies and gentlemen, is not charity, it's business. It is business. And even though that you're working to build a relationship with your audience, that does not mean that you should become attached to them. Because of the fact that this is business. You can offer amazing service. You can work from the heart. You can be friendly and do exactly what a good business owner does without becoming attached to your audience, or without your audience becoming attached to you. Because I'm telling you what, This attachment thing that takes place in our workspace, it's no good. And it's a big part of the reason 97% of people fail, because something goes wrong and they take it personally and they quit. Okay. Business is going to present hurdles and challenges, and it's how you handle those hurdles and challenges that are going to determine your outcome. And if you quit, guess what? That creates a perpetual cycle of quitting. And I'm going to tell you from experience, the universe does not get behind quitters. Just saying. Okay. I had a major problem with that emotional attachment a long time ago. And I paid for it over and over and over again because I would make stupid decisions based on emotional reactions. And it cost me dearly in many cases. All right. So, that being said, in terms of building a relationship, understand this: that your sole purpose for building that relationship is so people can get to know you, learn to like you, and start to trust you. That's the purpose for building the relationship. Okay. And if you are a trustworthy person, guess what? No emotional conflict. But at the same point in time, there doesn't have to be an attachment to people. There doesn't have to be that attachment. Okay. Very important that you understand that you can walk away from this knowing it's business. You know, if you think for a moment that after 14 years, I've not had to deal with, a complaint here or there. Okay. Think again, because everybody does. Okay. But I don't handle complaints personally. If a complaint comes through a business, if a complaint comes through a marketing system, okay, that's business. And I'm going to handle that business and be done with it. I'm not going to carry it with me for the rest of the day. Oh my goodness, I had this interaction with someone this morning and it didn't go my way and now I'm all upset. I'm not going to do that. All right. I'm going to make the decision not to do that. That doesn't mean that there aren't times where you have a conversation with somebody and they for whatever reason decide to yank the rug out. Okay. Just because things hurt doesn't mean that we have to make an emotional or a response based on that. Okay. Very important that you understand this, because if you don't have that sense of foundation in the core, what I'm showing you to do here online is going to drive you absolutely bonkers, because you're dealing with people. And when you're dealing with people, there are times where you are going to deal with people that you do not resonate with. It happens. That's why it's business, and that's why the way you conduct yourself is going to be a huge factor in how your business develops. All right. So consider that when we're talking about building relationships. Next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to begin to share value with my audience daily. Daily. All right. At least once per day, or in the way that I do it, 8 to 12 times per week. Different groups of people that I am in verbal communication with every week. Certain people I'm in verbal communication with every day that are working with me. Okay. Communication is very important, whether you're talking about communication between you and a business partner, or you and someone that you've done a joint venture with, or you and your subscribers. Communication is huge, because here's the thing: when you get consistent with sharing content with your subscribers daily, and it doesn't have to be, step-by-step bare bones basic training every day. A lot of times it can just be a quick message to them saying, hey guys, it's Rex. Just wanted to check in, say, hey, Found a couple of new things here online. Wanted to share with you today on this topic and this topic. Provide them the link to it. Have a fantastic afternoon and send people over there and let them go check it out for themselves. And if you're creating your videos in such a way where you're actually communicating with people, they will begin to like those videos and blog posts. They will begin to share those videos and blog posts. Okay? And also keep in mind this, that what goes around comes around. And if you want people to share your stuff, go out there and share theirs too. All right? Because remember, everything that you share in the social media leaves a footprint back to you. Okay? One of those wonderful little links that we talked about here earlier that provides traffic. All right? So, next step. Where the viral traffic created from the commenting and social sharing comes into play. And guess what? If I've set up my blog post right, or I'm putting the proper links in the proper location in the content that I'm creating, guess what? People are going to click those links, which is going to do what? Lead them back to those lead capture pages where I can collect email addresses and start the process again with new people, while these people continue to do their thing. And then when they share, more people subscribe, I build a relationship with them, and here I invite them to connect with me in person, on a workshop, webinar, hangout, call, whatever. I'm always giving people a way to engage with me and keeping my door open at all times for people to reach out to me. And the reason that I do this is because this is what was given to me on multiple occasions without anybody ever asking anything in return. Anything I've ever spent money on in terms of training and education on the internet, okay, has been because I've made the decision to do that. But the best training that I have received has come from people who just cared enough to share without expecting anything in return, because it was done for them as well. That's why I continue to do what it is that I do, day after day after day, and offer people the services and the training that they are seeking, because I have the time to be of service to others. I have the time to talk with people on the telephone, or chat with them on Facebook, or do Skype share with the screen, or even, fire up Google Hangouts and talk to people. All sorts of cool, creative ways here that I can connect with the people who are on my list. And that's what keeps things moving forward. Do people come and people go? Absolutely. Do other people come on board and catch the entrepreneurial vision and go out and blaze a trail for themselves? Yes, they do. Okay. The difference is with that, there's a lot of people out there that offer training and education that begrudge it when other people want to, quote unquote, leave the nest, so to speak. That's not me. I don't begrudge that. I would encourage people to go out and branch out on their own and begin their own testing and start blogging and creating a presence in the social media. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, if you want the ultimate example to follow when it comes to the blogging and stuff, start coming to Donna and Michelle's workshops on Tuesday and Friday, right here where you're watching this right now. Watch what they do, connect with them, find out what they're doing, and find out how you can do it too. And if that means you've got to spend some money to get a blog up and running, spend some money to get a blog up and running. Because and here's the thing about that type of thing, that when it comes to setting up a blog, I used to do that. I used to do the blog and SEO thing for years, and I used to be very good at it. And when they made all the algorithm changes years ago and all that stuff, we had such a massive presence built online at that point in time that the sheer magnitude of either repairing that or was just, it was pretty unfathomable. But you know what? We did what we had to do to learn our way through that so we could continue to do what it is that we do. All right. And when you have the opportunity to connect with people that know how to do this stuff, it's going to save you an incredible amount of time and just probably a mountain of frustration if you just reach out to the people who are already doing this stuff. Because here's one of the gospel truths of making money online, and then I'll close with this. In order to get where you want to be on the internet, one of two things is going to happen. You're either going to have to learn it all and do it all, or you are going to have to outsource what you can't do. What you would choose not to learn if there's something out there that you say, I don't really want to learn that. I'll outsource it to somebody else. I outsource learning, Not often, but there are times where I do, especially in, cases like now where we're in the middle of launching a brand new website with the Academy here. Oh, which reminds me, one more thing. I wanted to show you guys this. And this has nothing to do with what we're talking about today. But what I want to show you guys is what's possible when you're doing the right things. Okay? We're at Alexa.com. And I didn't know this until last night. I was on the phone with Bob Riddell, and Bob says to me, he says, if you checked out to see what's going on with the Academy on Alexa, and that's actually up from last night. I'm like, no, I haven't. Why? He says, dude, you're not going to believe this. Okay. Keep in mind, the Academy is less than 2 months old from the day it was installed on the internet. In less than 2 months, we've reached the top 100,000 most visited websites on the internet. 91,518 out of probably billions, maybe even trillions of websites. Okay. And we've reached a rank of 18,280 in the United States. Our bounce rate is incredibly low. Okay. That means that 73, if my math is right there, 73.3% of the people that come to our website are there for more than a single page visit. Daily page views per visitor, 5.9 pages per day. Daily time on site, 9 minutes and 12 seconds. And we know exactly where our traffic's coming from. And the reason that our traffic is coming from here is because that's the way that we have intended it. And I understand that, yes, there's many of us that have been doing this for a lot of years. And yes, that this is not something that will necessarily happen overnight. But I mean, this is in less than 2 months. Okay. That an idea came to fruition and was able to do this as quickly as it did. And the reason why is because of the fact that we have created a relationship with people, most of whom know, like, and trust us. Are there some out there that don't like us? Yes. I've been doing this 15 years. And if you think you're going to do this 15 years and not have some people out there that don't like you, think again. Okay, because there are people out there. I don't care how nice you are. I don't care how bright your smile is. I don't care, if you're, it doesn't matter what. You are going to find somebody out there that is going to dislike you for whatever reason. And that's just part of the process. All right. But those people are usually the exception and not the rule. And most of them will fade away in time because they are probably miserable with themselves already, and going after you just has not given them the satisfaction that they wanted. So they usually just give up and quit. All right. Point is this, ladies and gentlemen, by simply taking the time to learn how to generate some traffic and do some things correctly on the internet. Okay, this is doable. I mean, good grief, guys. I'm a 44-year-old grandfather from Fort Pierce, Florida. You know, and I've never graduated from college, never even went to college. Okay, went out of the high school into the military, came out of the military, made some horrible, stupid mistakes in my early adult life, went through a divorce, went through bankruptcy, went through, dealing with addiction in my younger adult years. It's not a matter of anything other than making a decision to just do it. All right, which starts with the learning and applying what you learn. All right. So with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up for today. I hope you guys found the information here useful. We'll be back this afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern time, where I'm going to start going over some new traffic resources with you that you probably have not heard of before. These are traffic resources that I know for fact that, 6 and 7 figure earners are using, because that's where I got the information. So if you would like to see these traffic resources, I share them this afternoon, be back at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Otherwise, our next workshop will be tomorrow at noon Eastern time with Michelle Grigsby and Donna Rios. And I highly encourage you to be here for that, because what these ladies are teaching is a fantastic foundation for building a presence online. All right. So again, we'll see you at 3 p.m. Eastern time. God bless you. Bye for now.